you for the opportunity to come on board this wonderful platform. My name is KY. Been a bank since my first job lah, so no fun also. Okay, so well, I'm hearing two-three sessions ago, so inspiring. So hopefully, in some way, the banks can be part of the entire process. So I've been in the bank for like 21 years, so most of the time in retail and business banking. So hopefully, whatever we can offer and in terms of assistance or advice or some comments will be helpful over the next 30 minutes or so.
I see. Okay, so perhaps you can share a little bit about Affin Bank. What is Affin Bank's role when it comes to the enterprise banking side for Malaysian startups?
Okay, actually, we started this division SME banking roughly about 5 years ago, and we are technically a latest player, quote unquote, in the SME space, banking space in Malaysia. So with that in mind, of course, there are many challenges we need to overcome, and we need to come up with a new proposition and so on and so forth. So we do offer a full suite of products. So that's one thing. So while enterprise banking has gone through some various changes over the years, and we try to get our footing correct. And among them is we are among the leaders in terms of financing and supporting of startups. So our full suite of wholesome and comprehensive proposition entails handling transactional advisory and in terms of protection, as well as financing for startups are all available. Some people may find it quite amazing why banks go into financing of startups. We do actually, but not well. There are terms and conditions involved, but not on day one of startups. If you are 6 months into business, we are prepared, more than happy to look at financing your need. So with that in mind, the bank actually provides full spectrum of support to all level SME, from startups all the way to commercial grade, what we call it. Where we are about to go for listings and things like that. So when you reach the listing stage, then we'll pass on to corporate banking or our investment banking side, so we'll take it on. So end-to-end, from cash management to merchant to insurance. While we are a conglomerate, like say, so we have everything. But I think more importantly is we try to be as engaged as possible down where we are collectively. For example, a platform which is very great today. So that is very key to all the important so-called needs of the market. So with that, we have a team located nationwide. We have a team of close to 150 people just to cater for startups. So anywhere from your first current account, your first internet banking, to your first financing, the startup team is stand ready to help nationwide, or at least in most part of the countries. Major cities are there. So, well, anyway, we stand ready. Hopefully, the bank itself can be a part and parcel of your journey. Like our motto say, always about you. So something of which we hold dearly to, and hopefully it works along the way together in your growing journey.
Yep, I think it definitely will work. And we are glad that we can be able to work together with Affin Bank to, just for us, Venture Grab and also BOeX itself, we are focusing also on the SMEs, helping SMEs in a way. For us, we are providing a platform for people to connect, and then Affin Bank can be a very great addition to that ecosystem in terms of the money side for her money side. So yes, you can meet up people, then get to talk already. Then after the end of the day, we still need financial services. So we are glad that also Affin Bank is be able to support the SME also startups.
Yeah, actually, we go more than just financing. That's why we put it as you rightfully put it a nice word, ecosystem part of it. Anywhere from again your financing, your transactional needs, your protection need, as well as advisory. All these are available. In fact, Venture Grab is one of our partner in terms of providing such platform, which we are more than happy and very honored to be part of it.
Thank you. It's our honor as well. Okay, so right now, we are still in the COVID-19 I would say era. Okay, although MCO is over, but the the phase 3 is coming, everything is still there. So it's already have a lot of unexpected impacts on a lot of business, especially for those who are not prepared. So after 2 years of living in this within this pandemic era, okay, so in your opinion, right, what are the lessons that the business can learn in order to emerge stronger through all these challenges? What's your opinion?
Let me be a little bit candid here. We are not actually in the business itself when you're doing it per se for most of the SMEs. So my deepest respect, highest respect for that matter, to all the businesses who withstand all the challenges over the last 1.5 to 2 years. That is just wonderful. So especially the few examples here today. But what we can offer is a host of experience, which is very broad in nature, where we deal with all the customers that we have, that what they have taught us, and what we in return, what is our advice given to them. So we reciprocate in terms of learning curve. Let me put it this way, as to how we can emerge better in all these things, I think first and foremost, be prepared. So easier said than done. We are already in this mess, quote unquote, after 1.5 years. By now, most businesses would have come up with an alternative way of doing business. That alternative, is it working? Can it be better? I've been hearing the sushi waffle case, as well as Affin, and then all these things. They've gone on to digitization. I won't go into all this so deep, because this topic, everybody has been talking about it already. So too much. So I like to offer a few opinions, so that an alternative view, so that people suddenly maybe tinker a little bit to look at it. Your alternative plan, is it working? Okay, that is something of which you have continued to work on. And within the alternative plan, and also your mainstream business, was there a business gap that you finally realized after 1.5 years or 1 year? That suddenly we caught you off guard when the pandemic happened. But despite whatever you have done, you finally learned something to get it better. What is the gap that you actually pick up? So that gap itself is something of which you have to fix or work on, or getting better. So let's look at it from that opportunity point of view. What are the gaps that we can, or collectively as the platform here today, or as a bank, or yourself, we can continue to work on. Thirdly, interesting point, during your difficult times over 1.5 years, was there anyone giving you 110%? So that person, is that your staff, your business partner, or is that a bank, or is it something? Who is that person? Well, you none, so you don't have bang, yeah. So put it that way, when you have difficulties, there are people coming. Those are your true partners during difficult times. That is an alternative view when the pandemic could have perhaps enlightened you a little bit, give you some thinker. Okay, these are staff who gave me 120% when I was sold. They even defer their salary for 2 months, all these things. Those are wonderful people. You should continue to make sure that you hold upon them dearly. And perhaps the other point is the need to understand, some people don't thought of this very much, mental health, the stress.
Yes.
Wow, 1.5 years in house, mamma mia! I tell you, sometimes it's so difficult to So that itself, sometimes for most SMEs, are not very glaringly important. Especially even as an owner, as a staff, I think there are times that you need to spend a little bit of time, give them a time off, recharge. You need to get a consultant advisor to come and talk to them, sometimes separately. Send them for a comedy show and all these things. So among other things, so these are distress thing. Then for that matter, send them to this kind of platform and channel, so that they can also learn something new. Among other things, so collectively, these are what I call mental health. So these 4 or 5 things, I suppose these are lessons learned. Hopefully, all of us here today, including you and me, we could have done better in preparation for touch wood. COVID 25, 26, 27. We do not know. We don't want that. We don't want that. But I mean, all experts have been saying that this will not be the end. So there'll be more coming. So we just have to get ourselves prepared. So all these things, whether they are actually aligned to the thought process or your preparation for the next. So lesson learned.
Yeah, correct.
So one very important point that you made. Okay, I hope Eden hears this. Okay, the stress part. Okay, we need to go and see some comedy show. I purposely pick that small part only lah. Okay, so then you're here. I hope you can hear this lah. Just That's...
I'll text Ethan later.
Yes. Okay, but another more important case is the gap that you mentioned, right? Yeah. So, in this case, how do banks come into the picture to help to fill in the gap and work together through the challenges for businesses?
Oh, well, when you first everybody talk about banks, it's always financing. And then they'll take away umbrella when you're in trouble. Okay, so these are the bad words associated with the banks. Well, I want to put it together with context. There are rules banks work within, so we have to follow the rules. Well, sometimes we can bend them or tweak them a little bit. So in terms of what typical banks, or in this case, Affin Bank, we've been in the community or SME community for the last 4 or 5 years. I personally get involved in the SME banking world for the last 20 years or so. We have whatever we have learned in the past and try to put into good use. I'll perhaps give an example of feedback in 2 ways. A little bit of hard selling. We offer full suite of products from our award-winning SME Colony app, okay, which is free. Anyone can sign up. I think Venture Grab is one of the partners inside.
Yes.
To things like simple as what we call Affin Workforce, which is a talent management and business solutions proposition we have. And also an award-winning proposition. We also have a new proposition called Affin Jam, which is for the female entrepreneurs. Okay, just started, so we are piloting it. So among other things, and we also have our startups. Definitely we have win multiple awards for our startup proposition. So many things in startup we are still improving as we move along. So these are ways as a bank, we collectively offer everything from insurance to financing to cash management. Everything's are there. But what I want to point out is the second point we should highlight. A lot of times, I think collectively we all have to speak to each other.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I know doing business, there are a lot of troubles and issues. Often people think, hey, I only have 9 caps, or I've got 10 holes. How am I supposed to feel? Sometimes we jokingly say, I only got 7 caps. So this kind of thing come about. So I think it's important that you engage some senior bankers to ask for opinions. You don't have to exercise your need to actually listen. Hearing and listening is 2 different words. So
exactly.
Hear it out. What their opinions. We have given a lot of people a lot of opinions or view and all these things. Some have been taken into account, some are not. I mean, it is your business, it's your prerogative, because the dollar and cents is yours. Seek out, talk to some of the bankers or senior bankers. What are their views? Of course, at different stage or different need of business, we provide different advice, verbally or as a friend or as a person. We do that. I myself have been talking to customers every day. In fact, yesterday night we just have a long session with a couple of customers, and they're seeking some feedback as well. So seek out to that. There's no formal channel, but the bank organized various feedback sessions, formal channels as well, which is to us available on our Colony app, as well as through our Facebook. So go and listen, okay, or go and hear it at least. You feel that it is relevant, you feel that you want to try. That part of our engagement, I think, is somehow a little bit lacking. Okay, let's be a little bit more open-minded. Even banks also, sometimes we listen. Oh yeah, now I understand how this business work and all these things. So perhaps we go into that industry eventually a little bit better. So perhaps I think that's how banks are. For that matter, Affin Bank is trying to make ourselves different in terms of our engagement level. Hopefully that helps in some way.
Yeah, definitely it would be a great help for all the SME owners and also startups as well. Okay, so now we are moving into phase 3 already. Everybody is starting up, a lot of dine-ins happening. Okay, so do you think right now this time is a very good time to look for new opportunities, or people should just hold?
Well, let's put it this way. I just received a text this morning. Somebody was telling us start your engine. So okay, so, get your things ready. There could be a very small window collectively for all of us to grab some good opportunities into the business. Do that. I think this is a wonderful platform again to look at that options. Yes, in fact, I myself did some research in somehow. For that matter, the rate of startup growing over the last couple of 1.5 years has been amazingly fast. Because I mean, somehow or other, because the other business is not working, I need to come up with alternative income and all these things. So it has been so. But we should highlight a couple of things when going to the new phase or phase 3 or phase 4, whichever way is coming. again, the word be prepared. So we don't know what will happen. Hey, not about writing a thesis or doctorate papers and all these things. So ask around, get help, seek partners, and ask yourself again: are you prioritizing your needs and your financials correctly? The word is prioritizing. So is that continuing making your existing business strong your priority, or seek out an alternative income is your priority? So let's have that understanding correctly. Yes, I agree. For that matter, echo a lot of people saying that let's ensure that the bounce back is stronger, bigger, bolder, and all these things. Don't miss the opportunity. But having said all these things, it's also a point to note that you see, during pandemic, the last 1.5 years, a lot of businesses have already got Plan B. Hey, this is how I'm going to do my business in the Plan B way. Now ask yourself: is this Plan B now your Plan A? So think of it that way. So I have customers who actually started with all retail outlets, then go on digital, go on various channels. Then finally realize, hey, actually I make more money out of digital and save a lot of costs. Then they finally shut down all the stores, and then the Plan B now become a Plan A. Yep. So, but having said that, we all learn from this pandemic. You got to have Plan A, Plan B. Plus, you have Plan C as well. Yes. So, get yourself prepared. Having said that, it is also important also to realize that banks is always there to help. Okay. Well, the bad connotation of banks to take out umbrella and take away umbrella, I think those are general statements. I also talk to I also tell my bankers say, hey, you don't do that. So kind of thing. But I mean, we stand ready to help. For that matter, I can probably say that over the last 1.5 to 2 years, we have accounts, we have customers who actually turn NPL in terms of cases. But having said all this, we didn't take away any of the umbrellas. They actually gave up. So it's just too hard, too painful, and go so okay and say in that case, your file will pass to our recovery team. Then have a chat with them how you want to best pay it off. So banks are not heartless people. We also run by human like you and I. Okay, I myself one day may look at some of these options available, and maybe I go and do some business as well. Yes, okay, so these are the options available. Again, I stress again, where you move forward while recharging business, understand the need of mental health. Okay, doesn't mean that when I open up, I need 150% now. During bad time, you give me 110, now I want 150. So Eden, you hear that? Okay, so
Eden is listening.
I don't say anything.
Okay, so let's make sure that collectively, as a community, we all get out of this safely. Okay, we all get out of this stronger, and we stand ready to help. There are lots of options outside. Either you start a new business, or get a franchise, or whether you're 110% partners back then, or your staff around. Let's collectively make this a bigger and stronger return. Let the comeback be strong. Let the Empire strikes back better like this time around.
Yes. So yeah, the Empire will be everybody working together, because I also do believe that it's no longer we fight with each other and then we fight with the bank. It's all about everybody coming together to get things together. That's how we can build an empire together. Empire not comes from one person, it's come from
I mean, your point, work with the bank.
Yes, just work with the
or
bank.
work with a financier, not necessarily a bank. I mean, you're financier with somebody else. Lots of P2P outside as well. So work with a financier. So there are always things can do.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much for being up here to share your insight and also your wisdom. Okay. So any final shout out to everybody out there before we let you go?
Okay, don't give up so easily. Okay. You never know what will happen down the road. Everything happened for a reason.
Yes.
Okay. So always sometimes you never know, it could be a blessing in disguise. We are where we are today for a reason. Let's make sure that we all pull this through together as a team, as a country, or as a community. All the best. And if anything, we are more than happy to help, from all the way from startup to a very big business. It's always about you. Thank you so much.